Coming up next in this video, retractable awnings under $200 each. We got 3 of them. I'm going to show you how I put them up and how they work, and it's been about 6 months later and I still give it a thumbs up. So here we go. Here they are all the way out. They work fantastic. They cover about 8 feet of the ground. When the sun comes up in the day and it beats down on these windows, these awnings help protect it and keep that from happening, which keeps the inside of the house cooler. These work really well. Let me show you how they're put together.
So here's the last 2 that we still have to put up, still in the boxes. So we'll open up the box and see what's inside as soon as Thea gets off. So what we have is the top material. I'll put that there. We have the little rods that go inside to hold the fabric into the aluminum channels. Put that up there. We have the end caps and the brackets to mount it to the wall and the hardware. That there. The directions. The crank that opens and that rolls it out. Put that there. And then we have basically got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces in here. Now that I put the first one together, the second one should go together a little bit quicker. We put these 3 pieces together first. We got this insert here that has a key on it that slides into the slot. Push it in. Push that little button in there until it clicks. It clicks into place. Put it the right direction. Place. Do the same thing to the other side. Making sure it lines up the correct way. Push the little button in on the tab. So that's that piece. That's pretty simple. This one already has the insert in there. You can't put it the wrong direction, so that's good. So this one, flip it around. That does make a difference. And got the same little button on there. Push that in. Locks into place. That one's ready to go. These guys here, what we learned was it has these tie wraps on here, and these tie wraps stay here. Huh, Julie?
Yep.
Don't cut the tie wraps off until you're done, because it's this is spring loaded, and you want them closed while you're putting it together. Here, same deal. Plastic. This into the slot. Push the button. Just gotta get that in there. That. So that's how those go. Now there's an orientation here of, I think it's important of which direction goes where. Well, I don't know if this one makes a difference. Well, it does on the end. It has a number 1 down there. This side is number 2, 5 and 6, 3 and 4. So you just need to look in the instruction book on which page that is. And it tells you right here. So 3 goes over here, which is 3, 4. So I need to flip this around just to keep everything the same. And then 5 and 6. That's correct. And we have 1 and 2. I'll turn this one around. So orientation is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so this side is giving me problems. This is supposed to slide on here, and I think flip it over like this. I think the end is bent or something. So I'm gonna try prying it with the screwdriver just a little bit. This goes. No, it won't go in. Didn't have this problem on the one that we put up. It will not fit in that slot. Looks like the extrusion is done bad. slides in there like that. Alright, we had to scratch our head trying to figure out what is what on this. But on this end piece, it's got the smooth side on this side, which is the side that faces out from the house. Then you flip it over and it has the center track, which is where this slides into. But the center track isn't in the center of these two outer rails here. It's actually there, it's less distance here than it is here. So what we've done, and I don't know if it's correct or not, but it looks correct on the finished one, is this thing that slides in, we have facing out the thinner spot. So we got the bigger here and the thinner here. We slid this in. Once we have that in place on both sides, we slide that in down there, and this one slides into there. So you can see that that goes into there. Now when this gets mounted to the wall, this part here with these brackets, this part will be up top, and it'll come out this way. And then this groove in the top is for the awning that goes from here back to that roller over there. So what I'm going to do now is put the nut on here, tighten that up, and then tighten up these Allen nuts that are in here, and get all of this snugged up. Alright, so next, on the left side, you have the end caps that has the gearbox in it, that slides in over here, and this part here will snap in like that. But you do this very last because you got to put the material on here first. So on this piece, you can see there's a little slot here, and this basically goes in here. Everything that I'm doing in this video is failing. So now this piece doesn't fit. A hammer. This looks like this is bent. I notice there's a scratch in this piece up there, so this particular box has seen some hard times in the shipping container. Oh, it's way over here from China. There we go. Now the other end, which is similar cap, except it doesn't have the gearbox on it. You will wait till last to put this on, because you need to have the fabric on here. Pop this into here, and then enclose the other end. So I think our next step is to put the fabric on this tube. So the material, it's held in place by these rods, these flexible rods. So when you unclip them, they're bent in a shape like this. So you basically just want to take them and kind of bend them back to try and get them as flat as possible. They got some memory in them. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's probably good, maybe a little easier to do one at a time. Now on this material, there is a top and bottom. It has the bottom, the material comes in overlaps and goes this way. So the bottom is is where it has the lip on it. So that's basically the bottom. And then you take this tube, and they have this pocket in here on both sides. Doesn't matter which end you do, as long as you got the right orientation up. And you slide this in. You have to get past the center because there's a seam. And you stick this all the way through, and it sticks out the other end by about 1/4 of an inch. And then you're ready to insert it into this track right here. And then once you get it in the track, you roll it so that, what is the direction? Well, we'll get to that. First thing at a time is and this takes 2 people, slide it into this track here. So we're gonna feed it into that track. Start it, grab that end. How we did it before? Or do we just lay it flat beside the bar? Up.
Yeah. And then I felt that.
Oh shit. I don't know why this one is taking longer because I'm doing everything wrong. So you're watching a video of everything that you can do wrong. I'm putting one of these things together. So this doesn't go on yet because it's in the way. So this gets what's on there. Then you gotta feed this in here. And then make sure it's on all the way. And then you tighten it. And then you do the same thing to the other side. Seems to be out. Doesn't seem right. Spacer here seems to be out more than normal. I think that's pushed in all the way. But besides taking a hammer to it, I'm gonna pretend that that is it. First one of these we put together didn't struggle at all. Nothing. This one's just kicking my ass. Every single step. Tighten this up. All right. Next is, I guess, sliding this little trim piece in this slot. I may do that when it's up in the air, keep it from dragging on the ground and getting dog hair all over it. So next is looking at the brackets and figuring out what the brackets need to go. So my existing awning I put up, and you can see I have an eave up here, and I'm tucked up underneath the eave. Fortunately, these awnings have an adjustment, an angle adjustment, so I'm able to just clear that eave up there. So basically, I'm going to be sitting with my bracket over here on the next one, right on top of my white trim here. Fortunately, I have a header that's up there, so I'll be screwing into a header that entire distance. So I should be good on what I'm screwing into. If your house doesn't, you don't know what's behind there, that could be tricky because you only have about an inch of space to move this bracket to adjust it from one space to another. So if you don't have something to attach to directly behind there, as I certainly wouldn't just attach it to your siding because it will definitely rip off. So something to think about when you're putting this up, that you have something behind there to bolt it to. So anyway, I'm going to figure out exactly where those need to go and drill my holes for my brackets, and we'll go from there. Because of my eave here, if I were to crank this out, it would come out and hit my eave. So on the side of this, you look right here, there's a slot, and you loosen this bolt and these two bolts here on the side, and you can angle this so that it angles down. And you can see from the other awning over there how it just clears the soffit. So I'm going to come in, adjust these a little bit, and slide my runner in here, and then I'll come through and cut these tie wraps that are here and here, and I should be able to roll it out. So let me adjust this angle and we'll go from there.
Here they are all the way out. They come out about to 8 feet. It's perfect for keeping the sun off these windows. You have to be careful if you're in a windy area. We're kind of got some trees kind of around us, so it doesn't get too windy, but you have to be careful and keep an eye on the weather. Make sure that you're not going to get a windstorm coming through. If you see that coming, crank them in before you leave during the day, or you even think there's a chance. Like I said, we've had these for about 6 months now, and they work great. We haven't had any issues. Absolutely love them. The other thing that I like about these is if you just want one out, in the wintertime, like it is right now, we keep these ones in close to the house because we want the sun to be hitting the windows, because we have some plants and stuff that are in here. So as much sun as we can get to hit the windows and also help keep the house warmer, that's good. But over the front door area, we can just roll out this one and leave this one out to help protect this area, from the rain. We're not going to sit out in the wintertime on these side areas, so that's why we got 3 of them. And the center one we can keep out to keep the carpet and stuff out here nice and dry. One of the kind of important things to do is, as with all retractable awnings, they tend to puddle or hold water in it when because the material stretches a little bit. And then all of a sudden you're walking by and the wind kicks it a little bit and all this water comes flowing off of the top of the canopy. What I've done to help avoid that was I slightly angled the canopy so when the water hits it, it's an easier way for the water to run off without collecting in a little pocket on top of the awning. It kind of looks a little funky, and when people look at it, you kind of say, hey, you installed that crooked. Well, it's not crooked, it's deliberate to help the water run off. I haven't done it to this one here yet, and you can see that one's straight, and that one catches a lot of water in the center of it, so I still have to adjust that. But the adjustment's pretty easy. It's just a ratchet and a bolt will simply take it off. So anyway, I wanted to point that little bit of information out for you.